What's going on, everyone? This is Freddie from A.W.O.L Studios, and today we're going to actually do a follow-up video on a video that I've made previously, which was a entry-level killing an animation. And this series, we're going to accomplish two things. We're going to set up the blueprint for an enemy and make him have a health variable and the death animation. We are also going to create a enemy wave spawner as well. So I'm going to jump into this really quick, show you what we're going to be doing. This will be a two-part series, okay? So when I walk out this door, I actually have a enemy wave spawner, and I've activated it. So here's an enemy that we're going to create, and I'm going to shoot him, and he's going to die, and he's going to play the animation. Now, I'm going to run straight to the wave spawner, and I'm going to try to hold my urge to shoot these guys, so I'm just going to try to just mind my business. Leave me alone. Just go away from me. And I'm going to show you where the wave spawner is, which I have it hiding in this warehouse. And as you can see, I have enemies spawning. Now, if I kill some of them, they're actually going to keep dropping. So let me just drop a couple. Okay. You can see they're all dead. Now, if you look, they're jumping out of the sky, so they're respawning. Look at that. See? So that's what we're going to accomplish. Alright, so let's jump into the first part. So, I am going to assume that you watched my first video, because it's going to be picking up from where we left off. And if you have not, I will put a link in the description, and you will see what I'm talking about. And this is the enemy wave. Okay, so I'm going to go to a character I created. Okay, so let's just load up one thing here. Let's go to, and that's my video right there. So we're going to go to Mixamo, whatever it is that you want to call it. It's the best place to get free animations. So if you have a character, obviously you would upload your character, which this is one of my default main characters. I would get the character loaded in, and I would literally just type in, dead, whatever, and try to find a death animation. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's just toggle that one. Rifle death. Okay, so you want to download it and save it. And we're going to go right back into the editor. Okay, and then you want to import it and do all that fun stuff. And always make sure you pick the right skeleton for the zombie, or the animation will not work. So you got to make sure it's on the correct skeleton for this. So we're going to go back into the blueprint, and I'm going to explain this blueprint for you. So we're going to start right here, and I'm going to explain everything for you. So we need to create an event, and this event is going to be event any damage. Okay, so if you literally go in here and type event any damage, you click that, you're going to get this right here. Now, I do have to let you know that your weapon or your bullet, whatever you have created, this works best if you are running a line trace by channel and you're running a break hit result. If you don't know how to do that, there's like 500 videos on YouTube that will explain to you how to do that with your weapon and how to allow damage to be applied to your gun, your bullet, your sword, whatever it is that will create a damage effect, okay? So I'm going to assume for this video you already have that and you're already shooting and you're just trying to figure out how to kill some people with some style. Okay, so we have our event, any damage. We need to make some floats, which is going to be his health float. And I'll explain all of this. Get out of there. And I'm going to explain all of this stuff here. Get out of there. God, this thing is going to piss me off, isn't it? Okay. Anyway, so real easy. You go to your variable, okay? You want to create a new variable, which is going to be a float, and you're going to name it. And I'm just going to name it health, which it won't let me do because I already have one there. So you created health. And let me just delete these so it doesn't get confusing. Okay. So we created the health. I make this a public thing. Reason why when I'm in my editor, I can change his health values. Okay. So what we're going to do first and foremost is from the execute of event any damage, you're literally going to drag it out, type set health, and you click that, you will get this right here. Okay. From the bottom of the health, you're going to drag it out, literally just like this, and hit the minus sign, and you're going to look for float minus a float. Once you click that, you're going to get this note here, which is subtraction A to B. So from A, you're going to take your health variable, you're going to literally drag it out and smack it right there. So literally, if I delete this, take my health, and I smack it right here, I will get that health right there. From the event, any damage, from the damage right here, I'm going to connect it to the B of the float minus the float. Once I have that, I'm going to hit my set button. On your guys' screen, it's going to be at 0. If you don't see it yet, just hit compile, go back to set, and then it should be there. Yours should be at 0.0. So for this one, I'm just going to make my enemy's health at 25. So once I have that variable set and I gave it a number value, I'm going to drag off from the set execute, and I'm going to run a branch by literally dragging it out, type the word branch like a tree branch. I'm going to click that, and you're going to get this right here. From the bottom of set health, I'm going to make sure we do this correctly. Drag it out. It is going to be a float less than or equal to a float, not an integer. We're not working with integers, we're working with floats, so they're yellow. So once I click that, I would have this right here. So once I connect that to here, I'm going to take the red, which is the condition, and I'm going to connect it to the branch condition right here. So I'm going to pause it right here, and I'm going to go right back. So once the character is being damaged by a sword, a bullet, a melee attack, whatever it is, once the damage depletes his health, which is set at 25, if it's less than or equal to 0, we're going to run a branch and check to see if he's at 0 on health. If he is, it's going to continue on to here. So on branch from the true, I'm going to drag it out, and I'm going to literally type the word, let me just drag down here, unbind, what the heck did I call it? Event, any, well, let's see if I can just do damage. Okay, unbind event from on take any damage. Okay, you're going to get that node right there. So let me just delete that because I already have it. So from true, I'm going to connect it. The target, all you have to do is drag out target from unbind, literally type the word self, oh, if I could spell today, self, and get a reference. Then you'll get this guy right here. So what we need to do now, being that we are unbinding the event, which is the original event take damage, we need to create another event to take its place. So what you do is you go from the red little square here from event, you drag it out, and you type add custom event right here. Doing so will give you this node right here, and mine is going to be dying. Okay, and all I need to do is connect it. I don't need to do anything else here. And that's for if you wanted to do, I don't know, like multiple animations and things like that. You don't need to do that crap. That's all you need right there. So what it's saying is, I'll recap it. I got my damage on the character. he has his health variable. It's going to check it. So if he's less than 0, technically the character's dead. If that's true, we're going to unbind the event, which is right here, so that no more damage is going to be applied because he's already dead. Once that registers true, this new event will take over, which is his dying. And then this is where it's going to allow us to go into playing the animation, where it does not loop and loop and loop and loop and loop every time you shoot him or her, whatever the hell it is you're killing. So after you do that, you want to do something very important. This capsule collision right here on the character, if you do not disable it, the bullets won't go through him or her, whatever the hell, without that being disabled. So if there's multiple enemies behind one another, it's not going to register because the capsule is going to be actually getting hit and it's going to piss you off. So from unbind event any damage, you literally want to drag it out and literally type the words destroy cap. It's going to give you a reference, which is destroy component, which is the capsule component. It will give you the node, and it will also give you the reference to your capsule right here. Once you destroy that, you want to drag this out and you want to play an animation. So play animation, and you're going to look for mesh. So play animation mesh. Once you get that there, the target is your mesh. It should pop up with this already in there. If not, literally take your mesh, drag it into the right there, and then you'll get that node. This is where you can call your animation. So whatever you name the death animation for that character, this is when you're going to call it right here. Okay. Now, this part you can skip the spawn emitter at location. So if you do not have any particles like blood or anything like that, you don't have it yet, that is fine. This will still work for you. All you would have to do is go from play animation, take the execute, and go right into detach right on the screen. If you want to have like impact for blood, you would literally drag out from execute, type the word spawn emitter at location right here. Once you get this node here, from your location, you want to get the actor's location, and literally just like right here where you click off, get actor location. You get that function right there, and you connect it into the location of the emitter. So wherever the enemy is, once it gets shot, it should play this blood particle. Now this can also work like if you want a puddle of blood on the floor, which that's a little bit more in detail, but yes. Or making it if he's by a wall, if you shoot him, blood splatters on the wall as a decal. We could do all that stuff later. But here we go. So let's say you have the emitters and you created all this. You want to drag out from execute, and you want to literally type the word, literally, detach from controller. Okay, let me find the exact right. Okay, detach from controller pending destroy. You will get this node right here. The target is going to be a reference to itself. So target, literally self. And you'll get that node right there. Okay. So I'm going to go back and explain this here because there's no point in making a video without explaining what these do. So once my new event takes over because I disabled the first one, I'm going to destroy my capsule component so bullets can register to enemies behind them. That enemy is going to play its animation, which is going to be dead. I want to spawn the emitter at the location, which is going to be his blood. And then I want to detach his controller. The reason why is on this character, they have a pawn sensing. Okay, so what that means is that pawn sensing, we set it up to where if it sees my character, it's going to start coming after me. But if I don't disable his controller, which if you watch my video before, was the enum switch on his controller. So that disables his controller. If you do not do that, your character will slide around on the ground and he will continuously chase you even though he's dead. So he'll be flat on the ground, but he will still chase you. So the way that you actually fix that is by detaching his controller. So once you have that detached, you can run a delay if you want to. This would be the body laying on the ground. So for mine, I literally from detach from controller pending destroy, drag that from execute, and literally type the word delay, and you get this. I put mine for 10 seconds. If you do not want to delay, you can just completely bypass this, take pending destroy, literally to destroy actor. So once the 10 seconds are up, the actor is going to get destroyed and he's going to disappear off the screen. Gone. The target is going to be a reference to yourself again. Now this section here is not necessary at all. Not at all. So if you're making a game that you wanted an enemy to have something on him, I don't know, like ammo, food, health, whatever, you can run it from the destroy the actor. And literally from the execute, you would literally type spawn actor from class. So spawn actor from class, and you would get this, which allows you to call your blueprints, whatever it is that you have that you created. And then you have to get the location of where it's going to spawn, which is really easy to do. All you would do is come down to any empty area and just do get actor's location, which you'll get here, and literally take this from the return value and drag it right here, and it will convert the vector to a transform, which will give you this little guy right here. Okay, so we have everything here. It is all set up, and I'm going to go back. So we have our event. We have our health variable, which is set at 25. So my current health is 25. If it's less than or equal to 0, we're going to run a branch to check if it's true or false. This one we already know is true because we set it up already. If it is true, we're going to unbind the event, and then this new event is going to take over, which is you're dying. And then we're going to destroy the capsule. We're going to play the animation. We're going to spawn the emitter at location, which is his blood particle. So when I shoot him, blood should be coming out. If you don't have any, remember, just connect it from here right to here. And that's all you need to do. You're going to get the detach from controller pending your destroy. You're going to get yourself and connect that all up. The delay function is optional, but you're going to destroy the actor and get a reference to self. 100% optional, not needed. And that's just to pick up an item after you kill the enemy, and that should be spawning 10 seconds. And then once the actor is destroyed and disappears, it should leave behind a little box of ammo or something like that. So let's go into your character really quick. So here's the cop zombie. I'm going to make sure that his collision presets, which if you go all the way, if you click on the mesh and you go all the way down the bottom, on your collision, you can also toggle the generate hit effects if you have particles. If you have blood, great. The collision preset I put on a character mesh. So you could do physics actor or you could do a character mesh. It's really up to you. I think physics actors work better, but this is just to keep it simple. So got him right there, and I'm just going to make sure. Yep, okay. Everything is good here. My collision's set up, though my box is on here, and that was from another video. Doesn't matter because I disabled all of it in the blueprint, so it doesn't matter. So here's the guy right here. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to grab a gun really quick. And don't mind this animation. I'm trying to really fix it. See, it's delayed after I've already picked up the weapon, so gotta fix that. Okay. So I got my gun. My gun is ran by a line trace by channel. And what I'm going to do is try to get 2 of these cops, or more of them, to kind of group up. Come on. And then I'm going to shoot them, and you're going to see that I shot 3 of them that were exactly because that instantaneous they died, the bullet was able to... And that's what we want. Let me just put one right in this guy's head. Oh. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that is the first part of this video. The second part would be to create the wave spawning system. And yeah, if I missed anything, let me know. As anybody who follows and subscribes to my channel, they do know that I do go out of my way to help out. All the new people who are, trying to get their game going and starting to give it life. A.W.O.L Studios, we are here to help you. That's one of our major missions in doing this, not just creating a game. So, Freddie from A.W.O.L Studios, thank you very much. Have a great day. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you for round 2.